Here it is. The walls have been primed. Ceiling still needs to be done. We're putting in pot lights, but it's a small room, about 9 by 11. I think I'll hang the clip it up organizer right there. And if I back up a little bit, you can just see the dimensions of the room. So it'll be my little scrap happy place, and I'm sure that it will be more organized than what you see here. Oh my gosh! Oh, I'm a mess. But keep in mind that this is all the stuff that was pulled out of that craft room, and it's just sitting here looking for a home. Alright, so here's the final finished room. Crown molding at the top, cupboards at the bottom, and the best part is I did 95% of this room. The flooring, putting in the cabinets, installing those shelves, pretty much everything. I had some help from my dad for the ceiling. I also did the ceiling. I installed 3 of those lights out of 6. My husband helped with the hanging of the drywall, and then my dad helped with the first taping, and then I did everything else. Painting, sanding, you name it. Okay, so we'll start on this wall, and over here I have aprons hanging, and I bought these for 97 cents, I think. I found them on sale. They're these little roosters, and I spray painted them black because I actually bought them thinking they were black, and they turned out to be navy blue. So I spray painted them with a glossy paint. So here's the steal of the deal. I found this rubber stamp collection shelving unit, although I have no rubber stamps in it. But I do have lots of inks and everything to play with rubber stamps. So there you can see I've got some tools down at the bottom. I've got some magazines. I've got my Glue Glider Max, that big thing there, and my Glue Glider Pro from Glue Arts. I've got my spellbinders there. Got my Cuddle Bug. Some baby wipes, which are essential. There's the 7 Gypsies bindery and the We Are Memory Keepers Crocodile, and there's the Bind It All. Lots of inks here. I'm kind of ashamed at all the inks I own. There's all my Distress inks from Ranger. There's my Stays On inks. Here's my Adirondacks from Ranger, and I've labeled each one so I know what they look like on white. I've got a bunch of powders here, like glitter and embossing powders, etc. Got some Copic markers, probably a little too many Copic markers, but it was all the rage about a year ago, and I bought a lot over time. And just some other stuff. Envelopes I keep here. And I got some glass bowls up there, which I keep some stuff. Here is my Clip It Up. That's my ribbon organizer, and then below I have all that stuff hanging. It is meant to hang ribbon, so I'm putting strain on that bar by attaching heavy items, but I will fix that. I'm going to jerry-rig a metal piece to keep it up in the center. Here is just stuff like paper and punches and stuff. And there's a magnet board that I bought at IKEA. I decorated it with this little hand, which is a silhouette image, and I cut it with Glue Arts car accents in black vinyl. So I intend, you know, if I have any notes to myself, I'll just put it up here on the magnet board. Now here is the longest wall of the room, and you'll see my cupboards below, just filled with stuff. And then I have a little bit of stuff out here just to put in eyesight so that I might use it. I tried to color coordinate stuff. So right in here you'll just see some Prima flowers, some hemp cord, 7 Gypsies tape, more Primas. And then here's some of my Unity stamps. I just love these packages, so they're out front and center. This is a Melody Ross pack. Some other stuff. And then I put the magazines that I haven't quite got through yet. So now I've got my paper crafts and a stamping book from Scrapbook Trends. And then here, I really wanted a place to showcase my layouts. So I installed this curtain rod of sorts that I picked up at IKEA. And it comes with those clips. And I display some of my current work, or just work that I like, and is color coordinated. Up here is the shelving that I also bought at IKEA. It's actually 2 pieces. So this is a full unit, and then that's a full unit. So I screwed them together. And what I wanted to do here was make it look pretty, essentially. But what I'm doing is displaying some product that I might want to use. So in this section here, for instance, it's all color coordinated. And it's stuff that I want to use. Like here's my, this is the tissue tape from Tim Holtz, and I've got some American Crafts, that blooming rose ribbon. I've got some ribbons in here from May Arts, and this is just decoration. Then I've got some of my stuff on display, got my pins out. I've got all my newfound gesso and multi-medium gloss stuff from Ranger. I haven't tried that blue or red paint yet, but I will. And then just some more ribbon. See, I stuck that frame out there so I would see it, and then I would use it. That's my goal. And same thing here. I fell in love with this water holder vase of sorts that I picked up at IKEA, and I actually put water in it for when I need it for paint to clean off my brushes. So there you go, some more Prima. There I put that vine out so I would use it. And over here, this is my nice neutral color shelf. Again, just stuff I put out so that I would use it. That patch that's sitting on that vase, I've had that forever, so I need to use it. There's just some packaging and there's stuff in there. So I kind of know what's in these things, but perhaps I should write a little note on them to make sure I remember. And there's some rubber stamps on wood. They look nice out. Here's some more ribbon from May Arts that I just tumbled in this bowl so that it would look pretty and that I would see it, be able to use it. And then here is my lovely damask wall. I wallpapered this myself. Cost about $40 for the roll of wallpaper, and it covers one wall, even on the bottom there. And those 3 pieces, I had a vision, you know, and I think it turned out pretty good. So here is a bulletin board. I'll just, you know, put stuff up to remind myself of what's going on and what current projects I have. The whiteboard is great for writing myself deadlines, and also it's great for putting on stamps. So a lot of times I pull out rubber and I use it and then I don't put it back in its rightful spot. So I'll just put it, like, see these ones here? I was just working with those yesterday, and they haven't made their way back to their binder. So I just stuck them to the whiteboard, and then I'll get to them when I get to them. So here's some reminders. Here's my Copic color chart and some other stuff that I just bought. And this, I think this is the best thing in the room, is this picture holder. It's a shelf, but it's tiny, and it's meant to display pictures in frames. And I bought it at IKEA, and it's called Ribba, R-I-B-B-A, and it's perfect. I thought, you know, oh, this would be good for my my mists and sprays and paints. And sure enough, look at that. The whole spanning of the wall. You might look at me and think I've got way too many things. You might be right. So there's all my shimmers. My lovely sparkling shimmers. There's all my paints. There's a new swatch book I made. I was inspired by Liddell. There's all my stickles and paints, etc., etc. It goes all the way back there. And then here is where I house my Clip It Up. So I figured I needed a good 2.5 feet there for it to rotate, and it fits in there just perfectly. I've got lots of stuff hanging on there too. I've got all my alphas, some stuff that I need to use up. It's good to have it in eyesight so that you can remind yourself of stuff. So behind me here, this is a shelving unit that I also got at IKEA. And that one holds a lot of stuff. So here's all my Unity stamps. I just put these labels on today and they're coming off. But I spent quite a bit of time organizing all my stamps and writing down what is in each binder so that I know. And I'm not searching and searching through every binder looking for stuff. There's my stack of papers. That's all, you know, newer papers that I look at when I'm going to create a project. These, I had a great idea for these. These are magazine racks. So you can see how you can lift them up. And I thought, oh, this would be great to use for current projects. I would put them, you know, down on here, and then I would be able to come back to them. But I ended up filling them with stuff because I had nowhere else to put it, like half-finished layouts and junk. So it was an idea. I think it will work. I just have to get more organized. Here I'm displaying a little piece of my art. And those are all my stamps. My acrylic stamps are hiding behind there, and I hardly use them anymore. I think it's time to sell them. Here's my new spell binders. Die cut machine. You can see it's big. It's the Grand Caliber. It's meant to cut 8.5 by 11 sheets, so pretty impressive. And there's some of my jewelry on display. There's a spot for my 6x6 paper pads and stuff. Here's 3 drawers I bought, and I keep all my, these are all my die cut stuff, my embossing folders. Oh, here's all my glue art stuff, my Glue Glider Pro stuff. My new glue gun, love the glue gun. This is 3D foam. I ended up cutting up a whole bunch of it to make gift toppers and putting a nice round one or oval one on the back. When I gave them away, made it that much nicer. And stuff I have to use. Stuff that had no other home. Okay. So there's all my stuff. You might be interested to know how I store these. These are a bugger to store. These are those wires for the Bind It All. I find they just, if they ever touch, they just get wound up together and it's horrible. So I've wrapped them in wax paper to keep them apart from each other. We'll see how long that lasts. Okay, there's my daughter's basket of stuff. She's 5 years old, so she gets her own basket of papers and such. Here's a paper organizer. It looks like I use it, but I actually don't. It was kind of a waste of money, not knowing, you know, how much I'd use it. Magazines, stuff. And here's a neat thing I wanted to show you as well. This is a leftover piece of countertop, and I was getting rid of an old table, so I took its legs and screwed it on the leftover countertop. So I have this little table that I pull out for my daughter, or for when I need more space. And then there's my cutter. I love my cutter. Can't live without it. And then here, instead of putting another cabinet there, I had this shelving unit. So I just decided to use it, and I had to level it, but I think it works. The paper's a little hard to get to, but you know what? It's more storage, so it's worth it. And then these cabinets, I leveled them myself. I installed everything. I put the legs on the bottom, leveled the countertops, installed those, did everything in this room. I'm so impressed with myself. Here's a cool thing too. I'll show you this. There was a big gap behind the countertop, so I found this at Home Depot for $7 for a big long strip of this stuff. And it's meant to be sort of a crown molding, but I thought, you know what? This is my craft room, so I'm going to use it for what I want to use it for. So there you go. It's so neat. My room has never been this clean, by the way. So there you have it. There is my craft room. Nice crown molding, nice shelving, nice floor. And that is all. All for the price of a little time and effort and a couple $1,000s. All right. All right, thanks for sharing your time with me. Bye-bye.